Hello everybody, welcome to our TSCC Radio Live today. How's everybody's day? How are you, Hui Shan?
Good.
Okay, so today we are very happy to have Hui Shan again here to share with us on her hobby. So does anybody remember last week? What is Hui Shan's hobby? Anybody? Okay, Hui Shan, why don't you share with us?
Yeah, my hobby is dance and I'm into hip-hop dance, so just shared a bit about it last week.
Yeah, so Hui Shan shared with us her hobby of hip-hop dance and how she actually, from a young age of 7 years old, all the way to now have been trying various kind of dance and finally landing at a hip-hop dance. So today we'll be actually, just today I'm wearing the right attire compared to last week. It's a big size t-shirt, right? Unfortunately, I don't have a baggy pants, but Hui Shan says it's okay, right?
Yeah,
We can still do all the moves. Okay, so today we'll be sharing a little bit more in depth into what hip-hop is. So if you're interested, today's session should be quite insightful. Okay, without further ado, Hui Shan, maybe you can share with us how did hip-hop dance actually come about?
Hip-hop, I wouldn't classify it as dance alone. So the term is a representation of a very big culture. Then under that culture, you have therefore music and dance and stuff like that. So hip-hop itself originated in Bronx, USA. So that was in, I think maybe 1970s when the movement kind of slowly became bigger. So at that point, Bronx was in a very bad shape. In essence, is very rundown. They're stricken by poverty, crimes, and there was a lot of fire that was burning the buildings down and stuff like that. So, being there and living in that state as the Black Americans is probably not the best place to live. It's very, I wouldn't say not very hopeful. Yeah, so therefore the music came about at that time where as a distraction for people, as a way for people to connect and be hopeful about something. So with their inspiration from like jazz music, like James Brown, who they probably listened growing up, they actually developed like their own turntable and have this music and they remix it in a way that is usable in parties and for people to just socialize and dance and have fun together. So at that birth of it, of that misery and suffering, then that came the birth of hip-hop. And therefore, when you have music, naturally you have people who are rapping to the music, narrating to the music. You therefore have people dancing with the music playing, wanting to show off their move, guys wanting to impress girls, girls wanting to, meet some guys and stuff like that. So it's a very social thing, and that's basically how it came about at that time. Then eventually it got more popular. People see the potential of this as a genre, as a culture. They go into radio, that they start recording, and eventually became commercialized and spilling all over to from America to other parts of the world. So yeah.
So I mean, like the pictures that I'm just rolling here, it seems like it's kind of like usually at the streets.
Yes.
Or is that a very, like you mentioned, social setting, not really like in a theater kind of dance that most of us probably would identify or know because we see people dancing in like shows,
the
right?
difference is really people like the rich people can be enjoying the disco music in like the proper clubs in the right premium, like the wealthy dresses and suits and tie. Hip-hop really came from the street, like with whatever they have, they make it happen to have that kind of party. So therefore it's very correlated to what you are seeing in the picture street. Then they have this big radio and stuff like that. So,
seems really spontaneous, right?
Yes.
Just go. Yeah. So I was interested because just now you mentioned that it started in the USA. And then, we live in Singapore. It's like miles away from USA. So how did it even happen that, in Singapore, we actually have hip-hop today?
Yeah, so I think beyond USA, so into the Asia countries, because it's very hard for us to connect with their culture because we don't go through that kind of racism or plagiarism that they went through and therefore experiencing it. So, in my knowledge, I didn't partake in the earlier stages of how it was here. But I do know that it is really about people from that culture coming here to share what they know. And naturally, I think when people like us, when we see things that are cool and that looks really cool, you want a part of it, you want to join that. So, at that time, there was a lot of video tapes the really old one, the black thick rectangular tapes. Yeah, so there was a lot of tapes of like people dancing from other parts of the world, and it is being like spread around and being passed around to people. Then earlier activities before we have studios, like I heard from my teacher, he started dancing in the void there with his
now
neighbors.
still actually.
Yeah, now
people
you
still
still
dance
see
in the void
like
deck.
people around doing that. Yeah, so that is kind of the origin. Before now, we have proper studios and teachers who are so-called teaching them. But I mean, that's the way in like being spontaneous and okay, that's cool. Let's learn it today here. Yeah,
Right.
and it just started from there.
So it seems like it's like a kind of like an energy transfer kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's like what you mentioned is really social. I think I mean I see this video. It's like one transfer to another. You can just easily learn from looking at somebody else do it. Yeah, I mean that's interesting to actually know that it started out this way. But of course, having said that, like in the US, it's quite different from in Singapore. Do you think that the hip hop dancers in US is the same as the hip hop in Singapore, or
No, definitely. Because I think the beautiful thing about hip hop is that you it's very hard to pinpoint like, oh, this is hip hop. Like because it have been influenced and being passed around and being influenced by different culture and different diversity. And therefore, what we are experiencing here is uniquely to us, and what people experiencing in US or in Europe is uniquely to them because it's just influenced by their culture. But I think the overall there will still be an essence to it. But what we see can be very different, but yet there's a certain similarity, I would say. Yeah.
so in just now you mentioned essence, right? So in your opinion, like what do you think is the essence of hip hop, or like the hip hop kind of dance that you do? What is it?
Okay, because hip hop, the dance aspect came after there is the music. So I think the essence of it, okay, that this question is like, I think not everyone have like a universal agreement. I think everyone have their own opinion. But I think at least for what I heard of people sharing as well, because it came from the music itself, so that appreciation, that connection with the music still have to be in there when you dance. And when you dance, if you are just doing like steps without connection with the music, then it doesn't make sense. So like that is one essence that I would say that is still translate in many people who are doing this dance. Then I think because hip hop itself stands for like many different things for people. Because it may started from like social dancing, but eventually it became a medium for people to express, to narrate. For Black Americans, they are talking about like the police brutality and all that kind of thing. So it became a form of narration identity. So that can be like the core of the belief for many different peoples. I think for me, hip hop is like a freedom or like a representation of rebellions. Because like from like this whole 9 to 6.
You said rebel, right? Like rebellion, right?
Yeah, because I mean, growing up, like I just told myself, okay, I need something out of this 9 to 6 like work. Like after I graduate 9 to 6, then I have dinner with my friends, and like it's a very normal mundane life that I wanted to rebel, and like dance to me and hip hop. Therefore, what I'm doing now is a rebellion against that. So that is something that is more personal for me. Yeah.
So you can say that maybe 9 to 6 is a
different.
different Hui Shan, and then later after 6 p.m. you will see a different Hui Shan. But I mean that's quite common with a lot of artists, right? They usually have a different at different point of day they actually act quite differently. That's my observation. Yeah, I mean, okay, that's how you actually identify with hip hop. Of course, like what Hui Shan say, everybody identifies differently, and we are just getting influences from this. So there is no pinpoint of like exactly what it is. Right? Every country is different, even down to the personal is different. Yeah. Okay, so last week we have some audience, right, who actually ask about beginning, how do they start dance at all. So I think in Singapore, there are many ways that we can start, but maybe Krishna can share with us what is one of the common or the easiest way that, you know, someone can begin dancing.
There are a lot of studios locally now, so studio is probably the best way that you can want to learn to start dancing. I mean, because it's guided by teachers who are experienced. I think firstly, just know what kind of dance or genres you want to try. So you can just look up videos for it. There's so many different dances, be it street dance or be it ballet or contempt. Every dance, there's bound to be intro classes. They are catered to people who are completely beginner. Even if you have coordination problem, there's no worries about that. I mean, that's what the teachers are for. They are for to teach, like, and let you know how to do it and stuff like that. So, or if you don't know what kind of dance you like, maybe you can identify the kind of music that you like. So, if you are not a fan of like rap music or music with very strong bass, then maybe hip hop might be a big question. If you like something that's more funky, there's like locking and popping. If you like something that is more like classical, there's ballet and contempt. So I think from there you can just kind of identify what you want to try, then just find studios that provide that kind of classes. Yeah, if you have interest, you don't know where, you can kind of find me. I'll let you know.
And Christian will teach you.
I can let you know like which teacher that you can reach out to. Yeah, then you can just try different. I mean, if you try for a few classes, you don't like it, maybe you can try something else.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about this is like it's usually in courses, right? If I'm not wrong, so you can try actually a variety of dance before you actually find the one that you really like and want to commit into it. So if let's say a course, maybe can we get a rough estimate of the cost? Because I think in Singapore we are quite practical, right? Especially when we want to maybe send your kids to all these classes, you must know what is the cost. So maybe you can share with us a little bit like what is the average cost that you know in Singapore to learn, like let's say for beginner dance.
Okay, I think like on an hourly rate is about $15 to $18. So
that's quite affordable.
Yeah,
right?
so one class can be either 1 hour or 2 hours. So we can just do that multiplication. Then cost usually it can be 6 classes or 8 classes. So it can be like $200, $240 for the whole course. Yeah, but the hourly rate is about 15 to 18. So
15 to 18. So in a month we're looking, let's say 4 times. That's about like $60.
Yeah, then if one class is like 2 hours, then you times 2,
okay, right.
then it'll be about $120.
Maybe $100 to $200. If you have that budget, you can actually like go and learn in a studio. If not, we always have YouTube to fall back. Or if we have enough demand, we can have Hui Shan to teach us for free. Okay, so thanks Hui Shan for sharing with us. And of course, what's having Hui Shan here, we must have the ending of this 2-week session in the dance, right?
Yeah.
So Hui Shan is going to show us what is hip-hop dance, and she's going to teach us how to dance some simple, I mean to her it's simple, maybe to us might not be that simple dance. So the good thing is that now we are all through Zoom, right? So you're at home, so don't worry, you can stand up, like us, okay, maybe we stand up, move our chairs. You can wear anything. I think it doesn't really matter, right, Hui Shan?
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, you just need a clear space like that. And then you can learn together with us the steps. Okay, so I'm also very new. I also don't really know. Hui Shan is the expert. So you guys can stay in your own homes, in your comfort of your home, and then we'll just learn together with Hui Shan.
Okay,
we'll
just do like very, very simple. So we'll just do by counting before I play with music. Okay, I'm going to shout right, left, but maybe in the video it might not be clear, but it's okay. You just follow what I say. Okay.
So could you say that those people on Zoom, they can follow the opposite, just exactly the same?
The opposite, of what you are saying. Okay. So, we're gonna start with our legs. So your legs will be very simple. You just go right, step out right, then close in, then step out left, then you close in. Then after that, you step out right, close in immediately, step out left, close in immediately. Okay, that's the first 8. Okay, go through legs again. So, right, close in, that side, left, close in, then now right, center, left, center. Yeah, so this is the legs. And if you can do a bounce. That's why we call, like when you listen to music, you see people nodding their head, like feeling the music.
Very familiar. Sometimes in worship we also do this, right?
Yeah. So we call it the bounce in hip hop. So there's the down. This is what we call the down bounce. So you can do this while you are stepping. So which is down, 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 right, in, left, in. Yeah, very simple. Yeah. So this is the first 8.
How many do we have?
We got 3 more. Very simple. Okay, next. This is what we call a warp. Okay, hands first. So the hands you're going to throw out and pull in to the side. Yeah, then throw out and pull into the side. Yeah, so you can tilt your body according to the direction that you are going. Yeah, so it's a throw out, So this is what we call the walk. Like you'll see people do this kind of thing. So this is what we call the walk. Okay, then the legs, right? You just step out right leg first. So the hands to the right, to the left, to the right, and in. Then left leg, right, left, right, and in. Yeah, so together, you just go right and left and right and in and left. All right, left, right.
I think I look really quite awkward doing this.
Yeah. So for it to look like more natural, you just should swing your body according to like where your hands are going. You know, like the kind of feeling. Yeah. So this is what we call the walk. Okay, that's second 8. Okay, can you remember we do from top first? Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, 2, 3, 4. Right, in, left, in, and walk, walk, walk. In and left, tap, tap, in. Yes. Okay. Okay. Then next, very easy. This is what we call ATL storm. So you go to kick your leg right, 2 times right leg, 2 times. Kick, kick. Then you jump to it right. Then kick, kick left. Then same thing. Kick, kick right, and kick, kick left. Yeah. So that's 1-8. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Yeah. Okay, then the last 8, okay, very, very easy also. Just do 4 steps, which means, okay, let's do the legs first. So you step to the right, left leg step back, right leg step across, then you close it. Then now repeat left side. So left leg step up, right leg step back, left leg step across, and in. Yeah. If you can, same thing, add in your bounce. So right, back, right, in and left, back and left and in. Yay! That's all.
How am I doing?
Okay,
okay?
doing okay. Okay, let's go through from top.
Okay.
Then we run with music. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, in, and go to walk, 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 walk. In and a walk and a walk and a walk and east. Kick, kick, step and a kick, kick, step and a kick, kick, step and a 4 step and a right, back, right, in and a left, back, left, in. Yeah.
Okay. Shall we with the music? That's the most important, right? Hip hop is about the music. Okay, let's hear what kind of music is it.
Very slow, so it's okay. Can.
No, I play from
Yeah, just play from the start.
Okay, go.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I kick that, and I think kick that, and I kick that, and I kick that, and I da 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 da.
Okay, just we can restart the music again. Just nice. Okay.
Ready? Go.
6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, in, walk, 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 in and a walk, 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 in and a kick, step and a kick, step and a kick, step and a kick, step and a down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That's nice. Yay. Yeah, 4 8s. Very, very simple.
Okay, how is it? Is it very easy? Did anyone try to do it? Did anyone try to do it? If you did it, you can reply something. No worries, nobody can see. We do have secret cameras in your house to see. Okay, thank you, Hishan, for teaching us these steps.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it's not that easy. Actually, to be honest, I actually learned it before this session. So you guys can actually re-look at the video again and learn. So this is the last session of our hip hop. So for any other questions you have about dance or hip hop specifically, you can look for Hui Shan.
Okay.
Yeah, so next week we will have another session that will talk about another hobby. So we'll be talking about photography. So we have a very special guest that's from our church also to share. I'm not going to reveal who's the guest, so you guys are going to come next week at 1:30 to see who is it. Okay, so I think that's the end. Thanks, Hui Shan.
Thank you.
And see you guys next week. Have a good long weekend. Bye-bye.